What's going on, y'all? Casey Tresser back at Glendoboy on Twitter and Instagram, and I want to seriously let you all know why you, as a hardcore gamer, should not be sleeping on Nintendo. Now, we all know when it comes to gaming buzz, the spotlight usually falls on heavyweight consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, or even PC. And as for Nintendo, it's like a side act until a major game drops or makes waves in sales, like the fresh-off-the-press Super Mario RPG remake, or the latest Zelda entry, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But I'm here to tell you, it's high time we give Nintendo its respect where respect is due, as it stands toe-to-toe with the graphic powerhouses, the PS5 and the Xbox series. Let's kick things off by taking a trip down Nintendo's memory lane. Before it started making consoles, Nintendo started off as a manufacturer in playing card back in the year 1889. Yeah, you heard that right. 1889, Nintendo is as old as everybody's grandpa and their grandpa. Okay, I don't know how old that is, so just do the math, McKay. As stated before, Nintendo was a manufacturer company in Hanafuda playing cards, and it was very successful up until the year 1960s, where the company was exploring other line of business to stay relevant and successful. It finally found its niche in the year 1977 when it distributed its very first console, the Color TV game. Not the Nintendo Entertainment System, aka the Famicom, aka the NES, as many of you been thinking. Their very first console was the Color TV game, and that console is just as old as the Sony PlayStation and Xbox, and even older than the Sega's first console, the ESG 1000, not the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. So, why should we give Nintendo respect where respect is due? Number one reason, it got seniority. The second reason is this: Nintendo has become a revolutionary pioneer in the video game industry. And because of that recognition, all eyes always fall on the big N when it comes to the next best thing in gaming. So, reason number two is innovation. Back in the early stages of gaming was like accessible in social venues like shopping centers and hotels, and they were called arcade games. Nintendo totally revolutionized this by bringing gaming to households with their Color TV game console. Their first console kind of paved the way to home consoles, but it was the NES, aka the Famicom in Japan, that picked up and carried the momentum well beyond the years. But they didn't stop there. In 1989, they came up with the Game Boy, which revolutionized portable gaming. Rather than being confined in your home or at an arcade venue at some pizza parlor down the shadiest alley in town, you could now play games on the go. But then 2006 came, and Nintendo was like, let's create the Nintendo Wii, and that console introduced motion controls to the mainstream. Now you can do gaming just by moving around. Motion control brought a kind of connection between the player and the game, making gamers feel like they were inside the game. Speaking of being inside the game, Nintendo introduced us to immersive 3D graphics without the need of 3D glasses with the Nintendo 3DS back in 2011. Even though that gimmick lasted for a short period of time, it made some sort of impact. Up until 2017, when the Nintendo Switch came in to merge home gaming and portable gaming into one device. So from bringing the arcade experience home with the NES, making gaming portable with the Game Boy, getting us up and moving with the Wii, to blending home and on-the-go gaming with the Switch, Nintendo's been knocking it out of the park time and time again. Segueing from reason number two of innovation to reason three, Nintendo is a leader when it comes to gaming. Why is that, you're wondering? Well, I'm a straight shooter, so I'll be direct. Get it? Direct. One of the standout ways Nintendo has changed the game, literally, is with their Nintendo Direct announcements. While Sony and Microsoft used to make big splashes at public events like E3 or Gamescom, Nintendo decided to go digital and directly connect with fans through Nintendo Direct. This started in fall 2011, but really took off after the not-so-great E3 in 2012. And guess what? Fans absolutely loved it. Now, anytime there's a Nintendo Direct announcement, social media is buzzing with excitement. It's like Christmas, but with video game announcements. And the trend caught on with Sony introducing State of Play for PlayStation content and Microsoft launching their own Xbox Developer Direct showcase. But Nintendo Direct isn't the only time Nintendo's been a trendsetter. Remember the Nintendo 64 controller? That control stick might seem standard now, but back then, it was a game changer for 3D gaming. And it didn't take long for PlayStation 2 to add their own control stick. And who could forget the Wii's motion controls? They were so innovative that Xbox followed suit with Kinect, letting you control games without even holding a controller. So it doesn't matter how you slice it, Nintendo is always leading the pack with innovations that make gaming more fun and exciting. They've set the bar high, and the other guys are just trying to keep up. But enough about the past, let's talk about now. Specifically the games on the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo's latest console. 2023 marks another great year for great games on the Nintendo Switch, and their first-party and third-party titles are total hardcore for hardcore gamers like you and me. Don't believe me? Well then, roll the clip. So what did you think? Have I changed your opinion about Nintendo so far? If so, or if you still have reservation and have something to say, feel free to do the YouTubing thing to do. And that is like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to get to know me on a personal level, check out my website, CaseyDresser.com. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you up in the game world. Until next time, it's been real. It's been Casey. So stay perky and stay lovin'. Later, taters.